Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I built this SMD spinner. I built the 3 position one, I don't know what you call it. This is a double one or something like that, but basically the same kind of thing. Has a little SMD chips, press it in, lights up, and as you spin it, it'll make different designs and do different things. Stay tuned to see how we made this. And maybe get some tips. I don't know. This is like my 4th or 5th SMD soldering job, so stick around and enjoy. See you at the end of the video. And this is this kit actually. It's just the same spinner as the other one, except this one actually has just 2. So this would be the instructions right there of everything. SMD again. Yeah, it could be pretty easy as the other one. Actually, this is, it seems like it has a lot less components. Hopefully it shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna sort all these out. Alright, so the other one I didn't notice it had, this one has some kind of magnet in it or something. Notice that? The other one didn't have that. And it's only on one side. Let's see if it says anything about that. Get these components out. Yeah, as far as the kit goes, that's really all it is to it. It's really small. Couple pieces there. There you go. They jam everything into one side, I guess. Or, yeah, the way they separate it. It seems like it's just all the same, probably just the same resistors, one capacitor. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so, yeah. You got green, blue, and looks like the resistors, and a couple capacitors. Where's my chip at? There's supposed to be a chip. Oh, they put the chip in there. Look at that. That's crazy. Alright. You would have thought they would have protected it a little better. Oh. Alright. Let me sort some of this out and I will bring it right back. Alright, I'm hoping you can see that. So I'm going to do this the way I did the other ones. You know, they suggest starting with the resistors, everything else. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna start with the chip. Add a little bit of flux here. Now, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm just going to probably solder the one side. Now let me get it back in there. That's not what I wanted to happen. All right. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, I guess, put some tin on that one first, and I'm going to see if that one will work out. Now what I've been doing is if I put too much on there, I just use the solder wick and take it off. My hands are a little shaky today. Yeah. No, that should be plenty on there for now. I think this solder I got too, I'm not too happy with it. This stuff is really not the best. I need to try another option. You know what, I may take this, let's see if I can move this around here. Can't get it in the right spot. It's so tiny. All right. I put the paper down to make it easier. Oh, come on. But I think it may have made it worse. It's giving me a glare. Bad glare. Alright, I'm gonna get my soldering iron. Yeah, I'm gonna take this paper off. See if that changes anything. Let's get the... Is that any better? Probably not. That's why I had the little piece under there. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy in here. Just a hair. Let me try to get that next to the U1. Let me see if I can move this around this way and see if I can just go down the line. It actually looks like the chip is sticking up, actually. Maybe not. What I'll do is I'll hit the solder on that side and see if it comes down. This weather is kind of affecting me. It's a little rainy out, and yeah, there it goes. It's killing me with my disability. All right, let's see if we can move that one a little better. Okay. Okay, I'll come back and fix those later on. Yeah, this is be easier just to do these. Put some more flux on this. All right. Let's try that one out. See if that helps any. just seems like the solder doesn't flow real well. I use this stuff, I guess. Yeah. Do not buy this stuff. It's very cheap and it just does not work out well. Let's try the other stuff. Yeah, as you can see, it's like bubbling up in certain areas. It's fine. Other areas not. And that's a bridge. All right. It's so hard to get it there. All right, try to bring them over this one. Yeah, notice how it doesn't just doesn't want to stick to the pads. It's really weird. I'm going to go over it a few times. All right, let's try the other side. I just keep cleaning my tip every time. Yeah, I think this chip's not sitting flush or something. I'm gonna double check it. Maybe. Just seems kind of weird that it feels like it's sticking up or something. All right, I'm gonna go with that one. Let's just double check all the pins to make sure it's okay. Okay. That one looks like it's moving. All right, let me get that one. Which one's moving? This one looks like it moved. Is it that one? I'll double check it. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. All right, let's see. That's the switch. Not sure why it has a hole in there, but come on. That's the other problem too, when your tweezers get stuck with flux and it just doesn't move around. All right, let me clean my things off. Okay, we'll go with that one. Actually, I'm going to use my good old Radio Shack solder that I have had forever. All right, just seems like it works out about the best. Not working out well today. Is that better? Close enough, right? I am not professional. I just play one on YouTube. So a lot of times when I put too much solder on, I'll just go over with some solder wick and clean it up. Just usually the easiest. I guess that's to check their test points, right? To check it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, all these resistors. So, all right, let's start with. I don't know what that. What's next to that thing? Let me see. That gets the switch. I don't think there's really anything else. I'm not sure if there's a capacitor or anything else. No, pay attention. I did the chip, polarity, switch has no polarity, install button clips, and then markings. Okay. Let's go for some resistors. Let's try some resistors. Just 5 resistors, and I didn't see the I didn't see U2. Did I miss something here? I have LEDs, unless it's not used, and then I have these 2. These are the only pieces I have. I have 2 105s. Oh. And then I have these that are the 101s. Install the, let's see, 11, mark, all right. 6 pieces, 101 R7, and then install 105 at R0. Now actually SMD is consistent with direction of the PCB marking. Alright, I don't think I have a U2. Let me see. Double check. Bring right back 1 second. Alright, I'm going to continue on with these. I'm going to have to get another one because I'm missing a piece and it's, yeah, kind of pissing me off now. Let's start with that one. So I'm saying my hands are not working good today. This is not a good day. I need 3 hands for this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. Just to get it started. Get the other one. I think I'm going to put solder on that pad first to make it easy. Okay. Got to reposition it. That good? It's pretty straight, right? Straight enough for me, I guess. I'm going to be a little anal about it. Better. Okay. Let's get a couple more of them out. Might as well just pull them out. Make it easy. I think they give you an extra one anyway. That's upside down. Okay. Just got to stay on there for a second just so I can get the other side. Guess I should invest in one of those helping hands or something to help me hold these things or something. Might be a lot easier. Alright, and then one last one. It's going to be tough, right? Yeah, I gotta get some more solder on that. And I gotta clean my tip off. Alright, that looks close enough. So this is what I'm gonna do. I go around the other side. I'm gonna hit all them, and then I'm probably gonna go over with some solder wick to clean it up so it doesn't look terrible. So we'll start with this one. Alright. Yeah, so we'll do all them, and then what I'll do is I'm going to go over everything with solder wick. So this way it's a little bit cleaner. Where is my solder wick at? Find that. Let me find that. There it goes. Okay. So this is the stuff I've been using. Not that it's good or bad. It came with the soldering iron and everything I got. And this is the way I usually do it. I think that's too much flux. All right. Cut a piece off. So you're supposed to always cut off the solder braid because it's like trying to solder a huge piece of copper, you know, or whatever it is. It'll never go through everything, so you'll be using it forever and it's just never going to work. So as you can see, just by placing this over there a little bit, just like cleans it up a little bit, if you can see that. Oh. Hey, this weather's really bugging me today. Everything's just taking forever. Still a little shaky. Okay. Yeah, usually just goes right up. Let me get another piece. It's got plenty of flux. That we know. Just like that, it comes right up. Boom. Perfect. I think they're all pretty good now. And then what you can just do if you're really worried about it, just go over them again. You can go over them a million times. Doesn't make a difference. You need to add more, take off more. This is all the beginning process, you know. Nobody's a pro the first day. So, anyway. Alright, I gotta clean that up. Oh, sorry about that. I'll go over everything with isopropyl alcohol when I'm done. Okay. Now with these LEDs, they have it to where the negative is the one with the line. And actually I'll do the other, I think I got two other resistors. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, because I got a few other resistors. I think they go down here. R7 and 8. Okay. And those are, where's R7 and 8? There we go. Down there. Is that a piece of solder? Yeah, that's a piece of solder. For some reason I thought that was the resistor. Alright. Here's the resistor. Does it matter which way? I guess it doesn't. It's just aesthetics. Yeah, really having a problem today. Get the other one. Turn it around, put it down. I don't know if there's anything left on my iron. Yeah, there should be. Just to get it in there. Okay. Now I can do the other sides. Okay, time to clean them up. Again, maybe a little too much, but it should work. Just make sure when you do it that you lift up the the solder wick, because otherwise it's going to stay there. So okay, they look better. And then, like I said, you can always just go over it again if you want to make sure, double check. But usually that's what I usually do, and they're usually on there nice and solid because all the solder goes underneath. Now, change this a second. Okay. All right, let's do the fun part. The resistors. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna do D1 to D4 green, then blue, and then red. Yeah, that's the way I guess I'll do it. Or should I do green? It doesn't really matter, I guess, right? And just so you know, with the LEDs, let me get this back in here. The green is negative. So let me see if I can try to get this for you to see this in an easy way. This glare is just terrible. And see, that's why I had the piece of paper underneath it. Let me try that again. I might end up taping a piece to it because it's just too much of a glare with this black. Right? A lot better like that. Yeah. No white paper. Plus it'll be easier in case I lose something too. I just gotta tape one of these pieces on here. Alright, so that should go like that. But I'm just gonna double check. Come on. Everything's just sticking. So if you look underneath, see how the arrow is going? So with the green, that goes with the stripe. The arrow is going that way. So that would mean that actually this would be like that. Now, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to double check that. Because my meter should light up. No. There it is. There it goes. So the green side is the negative, meaning we want this piece just like that. Something is sticky on this thing. Let me clean this off. All right. Now the other way I have two are the reverse tweezers. So the way these work is you just grab it. I'm losing all my light here. Yeah, and it flies away. Alright, let's try the regular tweezers again. remember having these problems with the first one. Half my problem is trying to be able to see this. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Let's try to do this. Let's go along and get some solder on some of these first. Okay. Honestly, right there, I might as well just do it to D4. Doesn't matter. Looks like it has something in it. Could be me. All right, I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Another one. Okay. 2. And 3, 4. Okay. Move this one around. Come on. Okay. Try the other one. Yeah, I don't want to go too much with this. Alright. Alright, I think I'll finish up these and then bring it back. And I'm not sure you can see there. Now I'm going to try to get these last 4 red ones in here with my tweezers. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one they actually gave me an extra one. Ooh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right, anyway. Let's get back to this part. And let's see where we're at here. That's underneath. So get up there. Let's get the iron. My dog. He loves to bark at anybody going by. Especially dogs. This thing just keeps moving on me. I gotta get one of those helping hand things. All right. That's good. Another one. That's just my meter. All right, that looks straight. Yeah. Really gonna get anal, but I guess I should move this one up. All right, that's about the best I'm gonna get. I really need a better setup here. See if I can move that one. Come on. Okay, that looks pretty good. No, it's off a little bit, but see if I can just move it just a hair. There we go. Should I just leave that? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. Okay. Now I'll go along the other side. Yeah. There we are. All right. One, two, three, and four. And I'll do the same thing. I'll go over with some flux and just to be on the safe side. Alright. Alright, now we just gotta wait for this one last piece because it wasn't in there. And with the magic of video, the next time you see it, that piece we'll be putting in, and we'll put the case together, put the batteries in, and see how it works out. So stay tuned. Alright, so let's get this last piece here. I actually did have it. I dropped it when I opened up the package. I went over it and realized what had happened. It's this little tiny piece right here. Like, look at that. Look how small that is. Get it? Find it in there. Where are we at here? There we are. Right in there. I'll do something with my light here. Let's see if I can change my light a little bit. Doesn't even want to come out of here. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And it actually goes right there, U1. See if I can get this little guy out of here. Yeah, dropping it. There it is. Wait, talk about tiny. They're not even flat. No. Alright. I'll put this thing on there. If I can just stop dropping it. All right. You see how I can change the light here a little bit, because I can't, it's very hard to see this thing. I'm sure it's probably harder in the camera too. Like, you can see the size, how tiny this is. All right. And it keeps falling the opposite way than I need it. There it is. All right, let's start with the, let's put a little bit of flux. Ah. I definitely don't want to lose it. Okay. Is that better? That's a little better. All right. So I want to move that away. Put a little bit of solder on that U2. Okay, that should be plenty. Get my tweezers, move it over there. Ah, let me clean off my tweezers too. Start sticking to that everywhere. All right, let's try this one again. You are going to go over to there. I just want to get it in the spot first. Right there. Okay. Yeah, this one's very hard to see for some reason. I thought the white paper might make it a little bit easier, but I'm still having issues. I guess it's because of the circuit board. I don't know. Okay, make sure the other side's good. And I think this might be the end of it. Yeah, is that in there? It's like connecting. Okay, there it goes. Yeah. I think it's good. Clean it off a little bit with some alcohol. Okay. Now, I guess I have batteries over here. Let's try to put this in real time. Let's see if this does anything. There's one battery. And there's the other battery. And absolutely nothing. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me take a look at all my connections, make sure everything's good, and see what's going on here. Bring it right back. All right, well, it kind of seems hard to see. I didn't really notice anything. I reflowed the solder and stuff like that, and it just seemed like it came on. So I think it might have been in the chip there. So I'm just going to continue on. It looks like the next step is just basically putting this piece in here with the screw. Now it seems like for some reason, I guess this one has a magnet where the other one doesn't. Let's make sure this thing comes on again. There it goes. Yeah, because for some reason, this one has a magnet in it, and there's this Hall sensor, and supposedly, see, when it goes by there, it's supposed to change something. So let's see how this works before I put the screws in here, because it doesn't feel, I feel like something's not the right way or something. I mean, it does work. Yeah, I guess that's what it's supposed to do. All right. Yeah, just different styles. So, all right, let's put the screws in there. This one actually works differently because the switch works the opposite way. It makes continuity all the time, and when you press it in, it loses the continuity. So, and in turn, I guess it's always on, but you can push the button to reset it maybe. I'm not sure. These are little things, little fun little projects. I mean, I think it was like $6 or $7, something like that. I mean, you can't beat that, you know, for a nice practicing kit, something that, you know, you can solder and learn and test. Like I said, you've seen I had a problem too. It wasn't until I reflowed the solder in the chip. Maybe one of them wasn't making a connection. I don't know. I'm gonna look over that drum kit thing I had too, because for some reason that works almost, just not fully. And I wonder if that's the same thing. Maybe I'll just try to reflow the solder on some of these pieces. There it goes. I think. Yeah. Here. Let's set here. So this is basically it. It's probably harder to see on that thing. I don't know if that helps any with the paper, but yeah, that's it. Another successful one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Questions, comments, like, subscribe, let me know. Hope you enjoy your day. Take care, YouTube.